Part 6. Jesus wasn't just a good man. Even on the day of his death, frightening things happened. 1. On that day, Jesus was brutally tortured for 3 hours straight. While this was happening, the land fell into complete darkness. This did not happen at night. Mark 15 verse 33 says his execution began in the 6th hour, meaning it was only 12 o'clock noon. It's mentioned also at Matthew 27 verse 45. This darkness lasted the entire 3 hours. 2. At the moment Jesus died here on earth, an enormous earthquake occurred. At Matthew 27 verses 51 to 53, this earthquake was so powerful that the tombs holding the dead and surrounding rocks were split open. It shook so violently that corpses were thrown out of them. 3. When Jesus died, the long, heavy curtain situated in the temple, or church, is ripped in two, from top to bottom. This was undoubtedly a message from above to the religious leaders that denied Jesus, that God was absolutely furious. Honest, you sound ridiculous right now. How do we know the Bible writers didn't just make that up, so their belief in Jesus didn't seem in vain after he died? Look beyond Christianity. Even outside of the Bible, the historians Sextus Julius Africanus and theologian Origen refer to the Greek historian Phlegon, who lived in the 2nd century AD, and note he spoke of the eclipse in the time of Tiberius Caesar, and the great earthquakes which then took place. These are not a part of the imagination of some ancient zealot. But wait, honest. If the darkness was a solar eclipse, then that isn't miraculous at all. That's because it wasn't an eclipse. Jesus died on Nisan 14, the same day the Passover takes place. A solar eclipse could not have happened, as science shows it requires a new moon, while Passover only takes place during a full moon. Also, a total solar eclipse only takes around 7 minutes, and the darkness lasted for 3 hours. This was no natural phenomenon. With historical evidence other than the Bible, is it not logical to conclude that these events really happened? Over 500 eyewitnesses actually saw Jesus alive following his resurrection, and his faithful apostles were eyewitnesses as he began his ascent back to heaven and then disappeared from their view in a cloud. So thoroughly were they convinced that he had been raised from the dead, that many of them risked their lives to tell others about it at Acts 4 verses 18 to 33. The conclusion here is that Jesus was not a mere man. The Bible that tells his story is not a book of fiction. So this begs the important question, why did he have to die? If Jesus is the Son of God, why didn't he save himself? See Part 7 for more.